Man, that got me up to speed quick. Blow the cobwebs off. Right, which way am I going to go? I think I'm going to go a nice calm route. The way that is my favourite biking road, I think. Right, on this one, it's a little bit actually depressing, this one's going to be. Because I haven't said anything much about the presidential elections in America with Donald Trump and Clinton, because I just don't want to go there. And half of me was thinking, you know, maybe Donald Trump will be good, he'll give the establishment a kick in and stuff like this and sort stuff out and get stuff moving in America. And then half of me now thinks, what is he actually going to do for America? And who are the people who are actually driving him and the ones that voted him into office? Now, I know not every single person who would have voted for Trump is a complete moron, but this is going to upset a lot of American people. But there are some real crazies in America. Real crazies. I was watching a documentary, kind of one that my wife thinks, no, I'm not interested in that, I'm going to turn it off because they're just going to slate Christianity and everything. But actually, it was a very good documentary and highlighting an issue, a problem that is occurring in the United States at the moment. And that is extreme evangelicalism. Evangelical Christians that are on the edge. I'm not talking about the standard born-again ones that really preach from the Bible and real strong. I'm talking about the ones that are really on the edge, that would come across and say that their preaching is right, but man, coming from an outward perspective from the UK and being a born-again Christian myself, so I'm not someone who's going to just slate every single Christian going. I'm looking at it, actually, I should be, in a positive way and thinking, yeah, what's this Christian chap going to do? You know, standing up for the Bible and everything. But straight from this chap's mouth, I'm going to put his name up and a picture of him up on screen. And he was on a BBC4 documentary just the other night, and it absolutely shocked me what came out of his mouth. Now, one thing he's very, very strong against, and that he really kind of like preaches really harsh against and targets, is the LGBT community, the homosexuals and transgender kind of people. And he was really, really evil against them. That's all I can say. It was absolutely vile what he came out with. You know, me being a Christian, I have a view which is based on the Bible that would say that homosexuality is a sin, and you can slay me for that. But I have that opinion and that viewpoint. But I don't go out and start creating what I define as proper hate. When this preacher came out, and I'm going to play this little clip right now, and he says in it, all homosexuals and paedophiles should put a bullet in their head and kill themselves. I'll just play this clip right now so you actually see it come and hear it come from his own lips.
What do you think homosexuals should do then?
Kill themselves, as far as I'm concerned. Because they're horrible, wicked people. They're just going to keep molesting and destroying people. So I don't have any advice for homosexuals except to put a bullet in your own head so that you don't molest my kids or anyone else's kids. Kill themselves. Kill themselves.
What?
Right, hopefully you've seen it and you're still watching. What did you think of that? You know, for me, being a Christian, I was absolutely shocked and appalled to hear him say such a thing. For me, and that we're all sinners, we're all done wrong in God's eyes, there's nothing good in any of us. But God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. We're all under God's wrath. We're all gonna perish if we don't come to Christ. But you're actually telling people to go kill themselves and send themselves to hell without having the opportunity of being saved. For me, you've got to preach to people life, to live. And I just don't get it why these people are so strongly against homosexual people. What about robbers? What about thieves and stuff like this? Why don't you go target them so strongly and say everyone who's a bike thief should go put a bullet in their head? It's just absolutely crazy talk. Well, anyway, I went on his channel on YouTube and commented on a video that he put up to kind of like make himself look better because of this BBC documentary, to try and just make him look right, that he's in the right. And he was coming out with bits in the Bible to say that we've all sinned and that we all need to know Christ, and it was all right. It was like, if you just preach that normally, you're bang on. But then I made a comment to him. I said, why have you said all this, and then in the other words that you have said from your own mouth, it isn't something that's been made up from the BBC or cleverly edited. This is coming out of your own mouth, that you have said they're disgusting, vile, and they need to put a bullet in their head and kill themselves. It was like, what do you say to that? Apart from you idiot, and you don't know the gospel of Jesus Christ properly, because if you did, you would not be preaching that. You really don't. I have a relative of mine who is gay, who is openly gay, and he's been in a few relationships with a few men. But I would not even dare to think like I want to punch him in the head because he's gay, or tell him to go put a bullet in his head. He's better off killing himself. You know, my relative, I love him. I don't want him to die. You know, people are gonna choose their life, their way themselves, and you can't stop that. You can't force people to do what you want to do. You just can't. People are given a choice in life, and you can't ruin somebody's life, make them feel like they're completely worthless, and say such vile things as this chap has done. This person is from like a Baptist church in America, and there isn't just him. I think, looking at this chap when I saw him on telly, I think I was actually subscribed to one of his channels, if not that channel, because of some of the preaching he was doing. I quite liked it, but then I unsubscribed. I actually unsubscribed to a lot of these preachers, because as soon as I then watched one particular video that they'd done where they'd said something like that, it's like, man, you are so far from it. You do not know the gospel at all. Jesus Christ loves everyone, whether they're gay or whether they're straight. And that's one thing I think that God wants us to learn. You know, some people would say, why has God allowed sin? Why has God allowed the fall to happen? And I think I understand it much more now, by, you know, seeing these kind of things, and seeing that actually God wants us to learn and understand what true love is, what true grace is, and to just learn his true nature, because I believe that this is going to be like a foundation stone for us throughout eternity. And if we don't learn it, that foundation stone of our lives, of understanding truly what grace is of God, the mercy of God to people who are undeserving of his mercy, undeserving of his grace, if we don't learn that, then we do not understand the true nature and character of God and who God is. So, yeah, I don't know. I've had a few things like that, and it's made me feel a bit kind of depressed and down, and it's like, what am I going to do for any other future vlogs? Am I going to carry on giving any Christian vlogs out and talks like this? So this is probably going to be my first in the God series too. What I'm going to do is probably just generally talk about stuff in life, and stuff that, you know, people would look at and say, look, that's what all Christians are like, that's what evangelical Christians are like. So I would class myself as an evangelical Christian, but I wouldn't class myself in the stuff that chap said. I just hope God speaks to him, and I pray also for his congregation, because he leads a church. He's preaching this to people. They're following him like lost sheep and listening to everything he says, and yeah, he's talking sense. Oh yeah, another flipping thing that was on this documentary. This bloke had a brother, blood brother, become homosexual, and he completely disowned him. Never gonna speak to him ever again. I couldn't do that. No way. How can you disown your own brother? Anyway, guys, put down in the comments what you think. Don't be too harsh and hard. You know, show love. And I think that's what the world needs. The world needs to come to some kind of proper understanding, proper knowledge and understanding of grace, mercy, love. And we need to get it right. We need to get right with God, with Jesus. Because inwardly, all of this thing, even like that preacher, it's sin that's speaking out. It's his sinful nature speaking out, and it's a sin that he needs to have dealt with. You know, sometimes I've said harsh things and bad things. I'm not a perfect person, you know, I'm going to be honest and openly say that. But yeah, let's sort it out, world. I really don't know if Donald Trump is going to be the one to be able to help America. I really don't. Oh, the world's in a mess. But I'm on my bike and I'm having fun and finding neutral again. What are you doing all day? Ooh, that pops an overrun. Oh, enjoy the freedom that a motorcycle gives you. De-stress, calm down and de-stress. Just chill on one's motorcycle. That's what one needs. Take a good chill pill.